Hey everyone, welcome back to Stupid Screen. Today, we're taking you behind the scenes of one of the most visually stunning superhero films of the last decade, Man of Steel. From the emotional storytelling to those insane action sequences, there's just something about this movie that hits different. Personally, I've always been a huge fan, and I've been dying to share how some of its most mind-blowing scenes were actually brought to life. So buckle up, because once you see the movie magic that went into Man of Steel, you'll never look at it the same way again. Let's kick things off with the heart-pounding rescue scene where Clark Kent dives into a burning oil rig to save trapped workers. Now on screen, this whole sequence looks dangerously real. Flames bursting, metal creaking, chaos everywhere. But behind the camera, it was all built on a controlled studio set. The team used real props like pipes and platforms, but the rest, the massive structure, the ocean waves, the fire, it was all CGI. Frame by frame, visual artists expanded the environment, creating a fiery nightmare that felt incredibly real. It's a perfect blend of real performance and post-production magic. Scene 2, Surrender and Abduction. Later in the film, Superman surrenders to General Zod to protect humanity. The scene with Lois Lane in the interrogation room, shot in a real indoor location. But when Faora arrives to take them onto the alien ship, that staircase you see? It wasn't real. They used a green screen staircase behind a car, which was later transformed into Zod's high-tech ship with CGI. A perfect example of how something simple on set can look out of this world on screen. The interiors of the alien ships, Faora's and Zod's, they weren't real either. They were all created inside a soundstage wrapped in green screens. Actors had to imagine everything: doors, control panels, even alien tech, while performing. Later, VFX artists added all the futuristic details digitally. And those heavy-looking Kryptonian suits? They weren't real armor. They were motion capture suits. The armor was completely CGI, which allowed the actors to move freely without being weighed down. Now let's talk about one of the most powerful face-offs in the film, the confrontation between General Zod and the AI version of Jor-El aboard Zod's ship. Visually, this scene is sleek, futuristic, and intense. The background glows with high-tech Kryptonian architecture, and the tension between the two characters crackles like electricity. But here's the truth. None of that techie environment was actually there. The scene was filmed entirely on a green screen stage with just a few basic props. The advanced alien interiors, pulsing holograms, and lighting effects. All of that came later in post-production. What really sold the moment was the acting. Michael Shannon and Russell Crowe brought such raw intensity to their performances that even in a nearly empty studio, you could feel the stakes. It's a perfect example of how strong acting combined with top-tier VFX can create something truly unforgettable. When Lois escapes from Zod's ship, it's a mix of intense hand-to-hand combat and fast-paced action. This entire sequence was filmed inside a studio on a custom-built set surrounded by green screens. Every fight move, every reaction, choreographed to perfection with the help of stunt coordinators. And in one iconic moment, Superman punches through a wall to escape. But behind the scenes, there was no wall. Just a green screen and some great acting. The wall and destruction were all CGI. Superman's flying? Done using harness rigs, right there in the studio. Okay, this one's straight up nightmare fuel. There's that surreal moment when Superman finds himself in a dreamlike sequence, sinking into an endless sea of human skulls. It's creepy, symbolic, and totally unforgettable. But guess what? That wasn't just CGI trickery. The filmmakers actually built a physical set covered in thousands of fake skulls, like real props molded to look identical and creepy as hell. The surface was designed to shift and move, creating a disturbing sense of motion. Henry Cavill stood on a motorized platform that gradually sank beneath the skulls, giving the illusion that he was being swallowed alive. Then CGI artists took over, blending in the surreal dream atmosphere and stretching the illusion to infinity. It's that perfect combination of practical effects and digital artistry, and the result? Absolutely haunting. Let's talk about Superman's big discovery moment when he finds the ancient Kryptonian ship buried in the icy wilderness of Antarctica. On screen, it looks like an actual frozen wasteland, complete with snowstorms, icy cliffs, and a massive alien structure. But here's the twist. None of it was shot on location. The whole sequence was filmed inside a soundstage. The snow, artificial. The icy cliffs, built from foam, plaster, and props. Massive green screens surrounded the set, allowing VFX artists to paint in the endless snowy landscape and the distant glaciers. The interior of the ship was a whole different challenge. It was a mix of physical models, hallways, doors, control panels, and CGI overlays. Everything from the flickering alien lights to the glowing keyhole was added in post. Finally, the intense road fight between Superman, Faora, and the Kryptonians. This one was a wild mix of practical effects and CGI. Real helicopters, real explosions, actual crumbling vehicles. To keep everyone safe, every move was choreographed with stunt doubles and safety gear everywhere. This scene proves how practical effects can still shine in a high-tech superhero movie. Man of Steel wasn't just about epic fights or visual spectacle. It was a perfect blend of heart, performance, and cutting-edge technology. Thanks to the insane effort from directors, VFX teams, and everyone involved, this film remains one of the most visually powerful superhero stories ever made. And that wraps up today's behind-the-scenes breakdown. Which moment blew your mind the most? Drop it in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into your favorite films. Thanks for watching.